Hey y'all, happy whatever day this is I'm putting out this video. It's me, Lauren Powell with Preps with Powell, and today we're at obviously a soccer field. And in front of the goal, when I was 6 years old, I did play the goalie, and I love soccer. I love putting my little bow in my hair and going out and whooping behind on fields just like this. But when I was 6 or even 7, I can't remember the exact time, I realized that I didn't really like soccer because I felt really tired and exhausted, and I felt like I was having difficulty keeping up with my competitors as well as my teammates. And at the ripe age of 6 and 7, you don't really understand what that means because if you're anything like me, you've done the flag football, you've done the FFPS, you've done the cheerleading. Have you done cheerleading with the YMCA? Because I have. You've done all the little sports, and they don't tell you what you need to be better. I remember asking questions, being like, why is it so hard for me to do this? Why am I having a hard time going and getting the ball in the goal and keeping it there? And I didn't know it then, but I know it now. Is because I didn't have a good play. How could I? I was little. All I wanted was what I saw through the media, all those commercials and things that you see as a child. How else are you going to want things? The media plays such a big deal. And I don't know. I feel like soccer or football, depending on where you're from, is such a big thing. It's such a big sport. And when I was looking through videos about what professional athletes eat, so I can kind of gear my programs towards getting the high school students that want to play professionally, getting their plates to be similar. It really depends what region you're from, and it depends how you train and how your gut microbiome has been influenced from the foods you have had from childhood. You see where I'm going with this, right? Okay, so we're gonna face the other side of the field, and I'm gonna share a different point of view and see if you can relate. Okay, we are actually in the middle. We are in the middle between the goal where I was on the first side and in between the other goal. Do you see how far away the other goal is? Like, I probably can't even get that far because of my microphone strength and length, but do you see the amount of energy expenditure you're going to need to get from here and there back and forth? You see that, right? Okay, so this is my question. So if you see that you need to have all the space to get back and forth, and you know that you have specific meals that you eat maybe before game day or before practice, or maybe you and your teammates, when you win, you go to this special or specific restaurant, right? And you go there and you're not really concerned with that game day diet or game day mentality. I want you guys to know that game day mentality and game day diet is actually not a mentality and it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. All of this, from getting over there to getting over here, is all depending on your lifestyle. And all those things come from your plates, your culture, your home, and everything in between this goal or this field, this court, and winning. All of it influences each other. It's really just a circle of life, honestly. But do you see what I mean with when I was 6 and 7 and having a hard time running back and forth? Like, you see what that looks like for me? And I was in my peak health. I was a child. I had all the energy in the world. I had all of the flexibility in the world. What about when you start to get older? Right. So, some people, I know I have friends that have played the same sport since they have been 6 and 7 years old. Same sport. And they have gone through so many trials and tribulations with their sport. But throughout that time, they were still dedicated to it, and they still had regimens and rituals. And it was literally a lifestyle for them. It wasn't something they could turn on and off. It was something that they ate, slept, and drank. Something, when they were done practicing, they were watching highlights. They were going to watch tapes. They were looking at videos that their parents took of them while they were competing. Like, it's all a massive circle. It's all a massive circle, and it makes me wonder, how can you do good in this circle? How can you do good going back and forth if you only turn it on that day that you need it? If you only turn on the food and your lifestyle and your plate lifestyle, mentality, regimen, all that, only if you do it sporadically. So that's why I'm saying I'm coming out here today. I'm in the soil. I'm getting bit up by these bugs so you can know that it all matters. All of it's tied together. And I'm going to show you just how much energy by the plate, by the ground, you're going to be expending before you even get home from finishing out the sport. Okay, so when I first graduated college, I was doing substitute teaching because it was the easiest job I can get. And with my degree, I still need to have my master's degree and my fellowship, my internship, and all that stuff. So, boom, little backstory. So while I was doing substitute teaching, I had several job opportunities where I could work with athletes, whether it was through being a gym coach or just being a teacher. You know, that teacher that while they're teaching geography, they're also the baseball coach or the football coach or the assistant tennis coach, like all those kind of things. So I actually, this is some of the best classes I had. I was in an engineering class, and it was a class of all boys, all 10th grade, maybe 9th grade boys. And I was introducing myself, giving my background, sports nutrition, dietetics, all that great stuff that you guys probably already know about. I don't need to explain that. And they had questions for me, naturally. They had questions for me. So I turned it into a class. And I asked them, I'm like, what do you eat? I asked them the basics. I asked them, do they know what a carbohydrate is? Do they know what a fat is or a lipid? I asked them, do you know what proteins are? Do you know where you can get the proteins? Just general questions, things that, as an athlete, you probably, if you're serious about getting better, things you already know. So I asked them these questions, and everything they gave me were simple. Very simple. There was no in-depth knowledge. There was no initiative of them wanting to know the information and know how to use it to their advantage. There was no questions about anything. Like, the only thing I knew was water. I'm not gonna lie. Only thing I knew was water. And when I asked them what do they like to eat before, because they all mostly play baseball, they're like, well, before we go out on the sorry, brain fart. Before they go out and play, they like to eat the sweets, those super sweet, super processed snacks. Which is why, if you go to TikTok, I do have a video about so it's gonna be a series, actually, different places you go when you're in a pinch and you're high school students, and keeping in mind food insecurity, because it's real. Nobody wants to really acknowledge the elephant in the room, but food security is crazy and it's set up for failure, and I feel like there needs to be more information about it. So check out my videos about that, and all their stuff was things you get at a convenience store. Sorry, I had to clean it up. I was talking crazy earlier. From a convenience store. Like I did. When I played volleyball, I would go to this convenience store. It would be maybe a mile. No, I'm sorry. I was not walking a mile away. It was close. Okay. It was close to the gym. And I would go with my friends, and we would always get the same food. It would be bread, whether it was in the form of a sandwich, or it would be chips or with chips, and then Little Debbie snacks, and Gatorade, Powerade. You know what? That really just threw me off. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, once again, point of view from really the space in between. Do you see that? Okay, so you understand. Got it. Bet. Next. So the purpose of me running is to show how, even though you think that the food you're using, the food that you're eating as fuel is going to help you, when you do not really calculate how long it takes to get from here to here, it's a whole different beast. And you're trying to hear yourself through the fog, and it's hard. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Oh my God. Okay. I think we get the gist. Okay, so when you run from back and forth, you can't just depend on your fat cells to get you there, because everyone knows whatever you don't burn, like whatever food you eat and it can't be used, it goes straight into your fat pores. So it's fat. So if you're talking about doing spot weight loss. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna lose weight in this specific area. It does not work like that. I just want to say it does not work like that. You literally, when you're losing weight, whenever you're doing that, it's just gonna go. There is no way spot reduce. I have made several videos about that. I had to delete some because I hate comments. I'm sorry, the truth hurts. But when you're eating stuff and it can't be used immediately, it just goes and turns to fat. And when you're already out here, you're already prepared to play, and you're just like, well, I ate this food, I ate these food that is going to give me an immediate boost. You know what I'm talking about, sugar. I ate some sugar. I ate some bread. I ate something that's sugar and bread together. That's going to help me. It does not help. Or even if you go to early morning practice, right? Say you go early morning practice, your grades were bad. Your grades were bad, and or somebody else in your team, your grades were bad. And as you know, everyone, if somebody's failing, you're all failing. You're all having to do the punishment. So say you have to run back and forth. You get outside. You got to run back and forth. And you're depending on whatever fat you ate earlier to give you that immediate boost or that boost. And it's not, because it doesn't work that fast. Or it's already happened and you're depending on something that's already gone through your bloodstream. You have a fast metabolism, right? You have fast metabolism, so it's already running straight through your metabolism, right? Then what do you do? What do you do? I want to know. Comment, what do you eat before game days? What is it that you've already been eating? What is it that you have as a lifestyle? What is it, your ritual? What is on your plate? Whether you have separate plates, or if you go to different family and they cook different things, or you yourself are interested in different foods, what do you make? And how do you see it affecting you already, like right now? How do you see it affecting you right now? You're outside, right? You're about to do suicides. How is it going to affect you? How has it affected you? I'm going to leave it off of that. I'm going to leave it off that. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Yeah. Okay.